and welcome back to the RattleMind podcast. I am Rye, and joining me as always is my co-host.
Panchi, the pod host.
There we go. We're all pod people here.
Well, it's like in Guild Wars 2, there's actually a race. The race of the Sylvari woke up essentially from pods under a tree. So,
So they really were pod people.
yeah.
Oh, I've never seen that movie,
What movie?
Pod People.
I've never heard of that movie, clearly.
It's like Attack of the Pod People or something like that. Let me see.
It's a thing. Sounds like something that'd be on Mystery Science Theater.
Invasions of the Body Snatchers is what it's called. There we go.
Oh.
But they are pod people, and that's what they're referred to as.
Interesting. When was it made? Is it a horror movie? Like a cheesy old horror movie?
Hold on, I'm trying to... Invasion of Body Snatchers,
Hello?
1956.
1956?
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, that is on. If that's not on Mystery Science Theater, I don't know what qualifies.
It's often commented about. Oh yeah, let me let you see what I see. There we go.
Okay. Isn't it weird how people from different eras looked so different?
It is.
Like, it's not even just clothing style.
Yeah.
It's like they just had a physical look. I don't know what it is. Maybe they were a lot pickier back then or something. I don't know.
They might have been. Actually, they probably were. But there was also the thing about back then, you know, men were all supposed to be men. You gotta be
Yeah.
physically fit. Otherwise, we don't care about you. I mean, there's occasionally the portly person. I mean, technically, if you look at these three guys,
Was that
they're
Dick Van Dyke?
no
Oh, okay.
similar face structure, but no.
And it's like a smaller frame. Yeah, look, that when you look at it like in a smaller picture, it looks just like
Yeah, from a distance, yeah.
I'm pretty sure Dick Van Dyke didn't act in the 50s, but still.
No.
Or maybe no. Okay.
There you go. Big picture. Yeah, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Often.
Interesting. All right. Well, now do that plus Mystery Science Theater.
Oh, this is such a big film. I'm pretty sure they didn't get that. So. That's right. I don't like. Me. Switch back to that. There we go. All right. There we go. Yeah. Closest they got was the giant spider invasion.
Huh.
Because Invasion of the Body Snatchers is actually a fairly popular and well-known movie.
They've been exploiting arachnophobia since the 50s.
No, that one wasn't
And,
arachnophobia. Body Snatchers was completely different.
well, you were talking about
Yeah,
some kind of spider
the
invasion.
invasion of the giant spider invasion was 1975.
Oh, that was on Mystery Science Theater.
Yeah.
I see.
Oh, there were multiple versions of. Okay, so there was a 90. Yeah, that's okay. This is one I know more of. I'm more familiar with. the 1978 version. Yep, Leonard Nimoy is in it.
Who?
Leonard Nimoy, Spock.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he looks so familiar. And not from Spock, but like from other things. I can't remember what, but oh, not him. I was looking at
Oh, you were
Sorry,
looking
if you
at
go back a page.
you're looking at Donald Sutherland.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, Donald Sutherland's been in tons of stuff. I mean, what? Yeah, he was in the Hunger Games. Obviously, he was the president.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
I think my mom and sister were like super big into like old timey British films, you know? And
well,
I I like I guess I can say I love them, but I wasn't obsessed with them like they were, you know? Um, but he's in a lot of those too. I can't remember if the more popular ones were some of them though, like oh wow, my brain is farting hard on this movie. Sense and Sensibility, I think that was one of them. I don't know. I know British, old
well, I think
British,
you're getting
or
a little mixed up with Donald Sutherland because he's
no,
not a
I'm still
British
talking
actor.
about Donald Southern.
Yeah, he's not a British actor.
I could have swore I saw him in like some old tiny. Hang
Oh no, he was in a few BBC stuff. Yeah,
on. Okay, so I'm not
but
totally stupid.
yeah,
I just.
I just know he's not British. So, but yeah, evidently he did do
Well, I
some
didn't
acting roles.
call him British. I
True.
said he was in some freaking British films. Okay.
And he was in Pride and Prejudice.
That was the other British film I couldn't remember the name of.
The Jane Austen stuff.
Oh, I actually like that movie. It was one of few movies that they forced on us in high school that I liked.
Pride and Prejudice. There are tons of different versions of that. Let's go ahead and look them up.
Oh, and the other one,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
one with the, you know what, go ahead.
Well, you got at least three, but Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
Oh my God, what?
Five sisters of the 19th century England must cope with the pressure to marry while protecting themselves from a growing population of zombies. Okay.
Well then, that's an interesting twist. I mean, it's kind of like Shaun of the Dead, though. There's a twist on that. I never could bring myself to watch the original Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah. I haven't watched many zombie things except for the Resident Evil movies, which in a lot of cases those veered so far from the games that it's not even worth thinking about.
Yeah.
Well, that was an interesting rabbit hole there. All from me messing up the word some words, which I do often. Excuse me. All right. So we went from pod people all the way to Pride and Prejudice. It's almost like 6 degrees to Kevin Bacon or whatever it is. Which we used to play a version of that game growing up as trying to connect everything to Star Trek, which was way too
Oh, that's
easy. Yep, it is way too easy to connect people to Star Trek. because so many big name actors came out of Star Trek or appeared in small bits on Star Trek.
Right.
Which I just realized you can connect Donald Sutherland to Star Trek very fast. There, you want me to show you how?
Sure.
Let's go back to this one. Vision Body Snatchers. All right. We got Donald Sutherland. We go down to his filmography. We go to... Keep going. Where is it? He's got such a big filmography. Come on. MASH, the movie. He was Hawkeye Pierce in that. And along with him as Hawkeye Pierce was Gary Berghoff, who played Radar O'Reilly, who was also in the TV show of MASH. And
Love
then
that show.
we can connect that quickly to David Ogden Stiers, who was on an episode of Star Trek The Next Generation.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. Like I said, it's very easy to connect people to Star Trek.
That's hilarious. I never like played that
Oh, you've never played
in any official sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that wasn't a thing in my circle, I guess.
Yeah, growing up, me and my brother and sister would do all sorts of weird little games. Like my brother, because we would, during camping trips, we would drive. My dad would drive us all the way out to Tanglewood Lake, which is a private lake community.
The one
for
where
camping.
you got your leg gash.
Yeah, where I got my leg gashed. And so he'd have the radio playing, and we'd play Name That Tune, and we could name almost every song just from the first note. This is mostly classic rock, too.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Jeez.
So it was really just a race of how fast one of us could get the words out.
See, we always played the alphabet game on road trips. So it was like we'd all start with A, and then we would look for the letter A on signs and license plates as we drove by.
Right.
And the first person to get to Z wins. You couldn't use someone else's word, you know. My mom even went as far as to get us these like really nifty magnetic mini games, you know.
Oh yeah, I
Like
remember those.
yeah, we had a mini magnetic checkers, and that was so nifty. And she got us these really fun like activity books, and we went on some pretty long road trips. Okay, we needed it. Even for flights, we needed something.
Yeah, okay, here are some road trip games. The license plate game, where you try to spot every license
state.
plate from every state. How do you find Alaska and Hawaii?
I mean, it happens, I guess.
Of course, trivia questions, and those are all generic. Create your own story while driving. Yeah. Do that often online, just write out a sentence and then have someone else continue it. That's a fun
Oh,
game.
yeah. I did that in college one time with my college buddies. We passed around a notebook and tried to write this like vampire story. We wrote a few sentences each.
There's
and
the
it was
alphabet
really
game.
fun.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever participated in that, but the stories that come out of it always end up weird after a while.
Well, yeah, but that's the fun of it.
Let's see, what else is there? Oh, telephone. I don't get how... Yeah, you can't really play telephone in a car very well. You got like maybe 5 people in the car, and most of the time you could overhear what the other person's saying because you're only like 6 inches away. Oh, there's Name That Song, like I was talking about. Scavenger hunt. How do you scavenger hunt while you're in a car? I guess I did say road trip games and not car games.
Right. Or mobile games even would have been better.
No, because that would have pulled up the Play Store or.
Oh crap, yeah. Dang. Mobile doesn't mean what it used to.
Yeah. I blame the UK for mobile meaning phones.
I mean,
Well, originally we called them cell phones, for short for cellular. But
Right.
then as things went along, they went over the seas to the UK and stuff, and they always started to call them their mobile. So they were their mobile phones.
I mean,
It's
it
not the
makes way too much
yeah.
sense. Like,
Both are very make sense, but of course nowadays people just call them phones because no one has a landline anymore.
right.
Would you rather? Word association. That's always fun to play.
yeah.
What is watch your mouth?
We did we didn't do this in the car lest that we drove everyone batshit crazy, but we did play a game called Down by the Bay quite a bit.
Oh, there's a
Uh
whole song to that.
yeah, it is a song.
Yeah, I
Like
know.
it's a little rhyme.
It goes
Um
down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, where the watermelons grow. Back to my home, I dare not go. For if I
yeah.
do, my mother will say, "Have you ever seen a moose right on top of a goose, riding a
Yeah.
whale down by the bay?" Yeah.
Yeah. We had a lot of fun with that one.
The reason why I know Down by the Bay, most of the lyrics to it is because there's a kids uh, video that was really wholesome and everything and really cool. Um, but and my mom would play it all the time, but it was only on VHS. It has never been ported to DVD.
Interesting.
I'm not sure if I can find it. I'd like to try and find it. Let's see. I gotta go back, switch scenes so I can browse because I don't like you people seeing what sites I go to. Mainly, my bank is on there, and I don't need people seeing that. All right. There we go. It's by Raffi. I know that's the person. I think I'm going to have to do some video editing for this.
It's okay. I'll take your word for it. I can't hear it anyway, remember?
Well, I'm not trying to play the song. I'm just trying to find the movie. There we go. I
Right.
guess he has
Oh.
quite a few of them. This is probably the one. Yep, that's it. But yeah, it's nothing but children's music and stuff. And we watched the tarnation out of it. So, and then Down by the Bay was always the one that they was featured prominently, and boy, did it get stuck in your head.
Did you whenever you sang it yourself though, like see, we made a game out of it because we made up our own rhymes.
Yeah,
So like when we did the Have You Ever Seen a, we
right.
would make up our own like crazy rhymes and like have you ever seen a squirrel do a ballerina twirl down by the bay, down
Yep.
by the bay? Yeah. Did you ever make up your own rhymes for it?
No. Well,
Uh,
see, we didn't actually do it while we were on road trips. Like I said, we watched the VHS like crazy, so.
yeah.
Let's see, Counting Cows, yeah. We've always done. I think everyone's done that. Maybe not particularly cows, but
Counting cows.
basically you point out whenever you see a cow.
Huh.
Cow. It's kind of like what is it? Punch bug or whatever they call it, where you see a beetle and you punch your.
I was just gonna mention that, and I was also gonna mention Woody. Woody. And then there were a couple different versions of the punch bug you wanted. What was it? Punch bug, no punchbacks or something like
Yep.
that. You used to just like punch the shit out of your sibling's arm like I did. Yep.
Yep. This is like one of the weirdest episodes. We've gone from tangent to tangent to tangent.
I love it. This is how conversations actually work.
Right.
Or slugback. Or slugback. Slugbug. Slug.
Slug bug? Yeah, that could be another name for
Slugbug.
it.
Slugbug, no punchbacks. This one persisted through college. The Padiddle. Did you ever play Padiddle?
I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is.
This guy.
Heated with my college buddies. So,
If you see a car where one headlight is out, you yell Padiddle and smack the ceiling, and that's a point.
Interesting.
If you see a car that has one tail light out, I think that's a peduncle. You yell peduncle and you smack the ceiling, and that's 2 points because that's a little rarer.
Yeah.
And then if you see a cop car, it happens that has a headlight out. You yell, well, it's either, some people say po-diddle or it's po-po-padiddle. That's what it is. You yell po-po-padiddle and you smack the ceiling, and that's like 3 or 5 or whatever points, you know.
I just
Pope
realized
diddle.
that I did the whole Donald Sutherland to Star Trek a lot longer than it needed to be.
No.
Because I could have gone through with the Hunger Games and then gone to Jennifer Lawrence. And that would cut down like 3 people. Because I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Days of the Future's Past, which had Hugh Jackman in it. No, I guess that doesn't work. No, he is. Yeah, Patrick Stewart's in it. There we go.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So yeah, I cut it down by maybe 1 or 2 movies. All right, but you know what? We'll cut the episode here. And
All right.
because it's been a good, 25 minutes, give or take?
That works for me.
So, thank you so much for watching. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, whatever the things you do. Anything you'd like to say?
No, just say hi in the comments. Let us know you're okay and that you're listening and that you're there. And we'll say hi back.
Yep. All right. Thank
Why
you,
not?
everyone. Bye.
Bye.